Good morning, viewers. Depending on which part of the world you're viewing this very video from. Today, I want to share with you those nuggets you need to consider before of your cleaning business. And this advice is actually going on to people who majorly wants to start a cleaning business and not just cleaning business. This can actually also borders around starting up a business enterprise, as it were. The model or the ideology can as well be utilized for such a purpose. Cleaning business, as it were, is a very, very lucrative business. And for anybody who wants to go into cleaning business, there are so much important factors you need to consider before venturing into cleaning business. And when you're talking about the cleaning business, there's so many aspects of cleaning business that you can actually venture into as far as entrepreneur is really concerned. We have commercial cleaning, we have industrial cleaning, we have cleaner outsourcing, we have laundry and dry cleaning, and post-construction cleaning, disinfection cleaning, such as fumigation. Okay, so it depends on the type of cleaning business you actually want to venture into, and what needs to be considered for that is that one, whether you're going into it because of your strength is very key. Areas in the cleaning business in which you have a strength on will determine which type of the cleaning aspect you want to go into. And number two is that who are you selling to? Okay, the environment, the location of your cleaning business. Do you have clients who really demand for the kind of business you actually want to launch out? These are very, very important things because sometimes it's very easy to fall into problem as a startup, and that is the reason why this very video is coming up at this very crucial time. So it becomes so much imperative that we put some factors into consideration before we start up our cleaning business. Other cleaning companies started as far as 2004, 2005. And since then, it has been from strength to strength. You know, we actually started, for instance, from laundry. And this laundry has evolved into different aspects of cleaning business that ranges from commercial cleaning, industrial cleaning, post-construction cleaning, and upholstery cleaning and disinfection services, even maintenance services. So we started from laundry, and this laundry now developed into a different arms of cleaning business. So it all depends on the kind of cleaning areas you want to venture into. So quickly, let's talk about some basic important things you must have at hand before you go into cleaning business. Right, like I rightly said, number one, you identify the areas in which you want to go into is very, very key. The areas you want to go into determine the kind of client you are going to be receiving. It also determine the kind of cleaning tools you are going to get. For instance, if you want to go into laundry, that means you are going to procure laundry machines, dry cleaning machine, finishing tables, steam irons, and some other things. Okay. So if you are also going into commercial cleaning, you must have your floor care scrubbers, you have your vacuum, you have your brush, you have your bucket, you have your microfibers, and some other cleaning tools. So in other words, it all depends on the area you have a strength in and based on need of your environment. Okay, so you need to put all of this into consideration. So today we're going to be talking basically on commercial cleaning. We're going to limit our scope of discussion this very morning to commercial cleaning. So what is commercial cleaning? Commercial cleaning basically is a type of cleaning that deals with corporate organization cleaning, residential cleaning, and some other important organization cleaning that involves cleaning with quality services in such a way that there's to a level of corporate input into what you're doing. So therefore, that requires you to actually start it in a way that it looks like more of a company. All right. So, and very important, I ship in this is that when you're starting up a company like cleaning, as it were, cleaning is a kind of a business that you can actually start with little or no capital. Okay, so cleaning is a kind of a business that you can start with little or no capital. Because I remember very well when I started my cleaning business, just like I mentioned earlier on, that I started with laundry and dry cleaning. Okay, and I remember vividly that I started in my room, but then there are some basic things you need to get to actually start with. If you are starting a cleaner business, one of the most important value you must put into consideration. You need to consider the people you want to sell your products to, the environment in which you want to sell that cleaning services to. Okay, you must identify that. Okay, that is very, very key. All right, and having identified that, you need to procure basic cleaning tools. Basic cleaning tools. And when I'm talking about the basic cleaning tools, I'm talking about those important tools you need to start up your cleaning business with. And one of it, you need depending, as I've said, if it is commercial, which is the main topic we're discussing today. So you're going into commercial cleaning. And importantly, in commercial cleaning, sometimes it requires you have an office. But then if you cannot afford having a physical office where people can actually access you, it's not a mandatory thing to start up with. You can start from where you are, and then later on, you develop and gravitate towards you having a physical place of office where you can actually be assessed. Okay, so one of the pitfalls of this startup that I've seen, and this is coming up in one of the latest book that will be released in a short time, is that most people do make this mistake in the entrepreneur business by going to rent a office for the initial startup. I'm not saying it's not a good concept or it's not a good idea, but the fact just remains that sometimes if your business does not actually demand at the starting point or at the start end of it, or when you are launching it, it doesn't require you having a physical office. Don't go and tie all your capital in renting an office that you cannot sustain. Is very, very important. And this has actually, you know, it has actually brought down quite a lot of startup business because they went to do the middle or the last thing at the first starting point of it. And that actually affected the growth and the expansion of their business. And sometimes you go to the extent of renting such an office, you find out that you're not even having clients, as much as you ought to have. And you are actually you've tied up a capital to that office. And in 12 calendar months, you'll be requested or asked you'll be required to pay another rent. Okay. So as a result of that, you need not to have office sometimes to start up a cleaning business, in other words. Okay. So you can start up your cleaning business within your place of residence, because all you need as a startup in cleanup business is quality services that people need to actually identify with you for. So people must know what you're doing, and once they get to know that you offer a quality reliable services, your patronage is very assured, is certain. People will always turn to your doorstep for such services. So that is very important. We must put this into consideration. Another important thing to actually start up your capital, your business with, is your capital. Okay, the capital you want to, in as much you don't actually need money to start up in the business. As far as I'm concerned, you only need money to expand it. You can start anyhow. You can start from wherever you are with what you have. So, in as much you don't need much capital, there are so important amount of money that you must separate for buying some basic tools that will bring about effectiveness in what you want to do. You need your scraper, you need your microfiber, you need your different types of brush that you need to clean with, very, very important, and your personal protective equipment, your coat wear, very important, your hand gloves, very, very important, your nose protector and face protector because of hazard dust and dirt and growls from the environment. You need to put this into consideration. Very, very important. And another important aspect that you also need to consider when you're starting up this very cleaning business, you must strike out ways in which you want to reach your audience. You must strike out ways in which you want to reach your audience. And when I mean you must strike out ways, you must have a marketing strategy to reach those people you want to meet. Forget about it. Gone are those days whereby people will come and meet you at your place of office. The business enterprise of today request that you go out and meet your customers. Okay, and that has been the major breakthrough for so-called sales people you have around the world. You've got to go out and meet your clients and tell them, okay, that this is what you have to offer as a service. So don't just rent an office and just stay in the office and believing that people will trudge to your path to come and give you a work to do or some work to do. The most important thing when it comes to cleaning business is that you must launch yourself out. As you're doing that, people are getting to know your product and they're getting to know your product, more sales, more profit comes in. Because somebody says something very, very important. He said, what that produces the smoke you often see out of the chimney is the sales. Okay, the power of sales is what keeps the business going. And if you're not selling, definitely you're going to, the company is going to go bankrupt. The company is going to go down. The company is going to cease of existence. Okay, so importantly, it becomes so much important that you have to launch yourself to the world for people to know what you have gotten. Okay, and importantly, is that one of those ways that we do get our cleaning work and jobs is that we have a national daily. Sometimes there's a journal that is being periodically being produced, and the such journal carries information about contracts available when it comes to cleaning. So you need also to get yourself acquainted with this kind of information timely so that you get to know what is going on in the environment and where your services is also needed. You can, go in such a direction as it requires. Okay. So importantly as well is that you also need to have reputable, reliable staffs. Okay, very, very important. Is very, very key. You need reputable, reliable staffs, well-profiled staffs, people who you can depend on for a work to be done where you are not going to be there. Okay, because most of the time, as a cleaning company owner, you are not going to be present physically in some of the projects you're going to handle. But then you need people who are trusted, who are reliable, who can do what you want them to do, even when you are not there. It's very, very key to the success of this business. You must have people who are profile. And the more people can trust you, the more they can open their facilities for you to clean. Because this is one of the major challenges when it comes to cleaning. Quite a lot of people are very skeptical in allowing cleaners to come to their houses, their bedroom, their flat, because one, they never trusted a cleaning staff. Okay, and once your cleaning staff is not trusted, because a client is going to open his room, is abode to you, where he lives, everything belonging to him or her are going to be exposed to you. And it now takes people who are honest, who are reliable, who can actually do what is expected of them to do without compromise of their standard to actually, handle such business or handle such contract work. So those are the major pitfalls that, that is are challenging this cleaning business that you ought to put into perspective. Right, reliable, dependable staffs are key to any cleaning business for it to be successful. All right. And importantly, as well as important as energy is to our body, is the fact that for cleaning business to be sustainable, you must have a life of sustainable learning. Okay, that is lifelong learning about the business. Every time new things are coming, as year rolls in and out, new way, new tech, new ways, and new method of doing things are coming up. And as a result of that, you must make yourself relevant by ensuring that you learn better ways on how you can clean for your clients that will be described as quality and professional. All right, thank you very much for today. We are going to be bringing up different episodes on cleaning, important information that buzzes around cleaning business, because this is a business in which we are into. And we might have started from the local level, but then we have a global perspective at at our heart that very soon we are going to dominate our world in the cleaning atmosphere. Do have a blessed day. Bye for now from Adibor Cleaning and Maintenance Fair.